Hi everyone. So in the office today, in the woods, sitting on a tree and soaking up the nature vibe after a fairly busy morning, and feeling a little bit tired today because I was at the gym at like 7:15, which I'm usually okay with, but today I'm just feeling a little bit tired because I had quite a busy morning. So it's really nice to just be out here, be outside, be in the woods in this lovely area of nature, listening to the birds. And actually, there are quite a few little fox cubs around. So I saw one last time I was here. I haven't seen any today, but that's really cute. And yeah, I am surrounded by birds and squirrels and foxes. So that's nice. I was having a think about what to talk about today, and I was thinking about beliefs and how our inner landscape really shapes how our life unravels, how we handle our day to day living, how we attract in what we want or don't want. Because this is an area that I talk about a lot in coaching sessions and also for myself. And I was thinking, I've been doing personal development and spiritual practices for 20 plus years, as I'm sure most of you watching this have some kind of repertoire for yourself. But I don't think you ever really get to a point where everything's just on autopilot and you don't have to remember to remind yourself to not think a certain way. And I don't mean that in like an obsessive OCD kind of way. I mean being really mindful about what the inner self-talk is saying, what our inner beliefs and our inner landscape is feeding in to our inner bubble. And I'm reading a book at the moment called Divine Matrix by Greg Braden. Not sure if any of you have read that. And it's all very interesting, of course, about quantum physics and this kind of web that we live in, this web of existence, and how much our thoughts and how we feel can just affect our entire experience and perception in amazing ways. And we really do have the complete power to transform our outer experiences and our inner experiences. But we have to be like reminding ourselves constantly. And I mean, I'm literally every day doing something to help to ensure that my inner landscape is positive and uplifting. And we all go through phases where things can feel a bit unsettling, or we're not really sure where we're going, or maybe we lack self-belief in a particular area, maybe we're bored with what we're doing, lost sight of where we're going. And those are all opportunities for us to take stock and think about what's important to us and what our why is and what our purpose is. Are we really fulfilling our purpose? Are we making active actions towards fulfilling the things that we really enjoy? And I think the thing that can really keep us stuck is the fear of the unknown and the fear of, well, I don't really know what it's going to look like, this dream or this aspiration or this particular goal or this change that maybe needs to happen. It can really take us into a place of fear, into uncertainty, into the unknown, and we're not very good at that, us human species. And so our inner language and our inner landscape has such a lot to do with what we believe we can achieve. And the thing that I'm really enjoying consistently reminding myself and the people that I work with is there is a template that we can be creating, and we just have to really put attention to that. What is that life or that way of being or that body or that next job or the next career or that next volunteering role, next travel, itinerary? What is that next step or that next chapter look like? What does it look like? And unless we give attention to that, we're never really going to get there. We're just going to keep kind of hanging around and kicking about in either sort of despair and misery or boredom or not feeling fulfilled. So, my musings of today, I guess, is to share that I am doing that every day now. And I have been for the last 3 years all over the place, to be honest, with what my true values are, where I feel like I'm going. I think what's really hard is when you are in a job that you really enjoy and that you love, but suddenly you kind of just lose the spark, and that can be really scary because you have times where I did where I thought, well, I'm doing what I love, but I kind of lost the joy a bit. So it's taken me 3 years to really review that and start to realign myself to what's important. And after much flailing around and chopping and changing, I'm really starting to now align with my true purpose. And I will be sharing more on that as I go. But what's your true purpose? What's the thing that you love to do, that brings you absolute joy, that makes your body feel great, that you would do without being paid? Are you following that? Are you doing that? And if not, how are you feeling not following your joy, not following your passion, not following your highest aspirations? Because you absolutely can have and do anything you put your mind to if you're willing to look at fear in the face and ride the fear, ride through the storm, ride through the uncertainty, but know that you will always have your back, that the universe always has your back and will always be there for you. People will be there for you. It really isn't as scary as it sounds, and having been that person that's coming out the other side of that now, I can vouch for that. So those are my musings for today, and sending you much nature and tweety birds and leaves and all things earthy and groundy, and have a great day.